The title of my talk today is Abracadabra. Abracadabra. I don't like magic shows. The reason I don't like magic shows is I know they're all about smoke and mirrors. I know that's all fixed. I know there's no magic to it. It's all sleight of hand kind of stuff. So I don't really like magic shows. But let me tell you, all my life, I have wanted, hungered for, wished for magic. So I have this magic wand. Now if I were to point this magic wand at you and say, what do you want most of your life? Do you know what it would be? Can you say, if I had a magic wand that I could wave around my head, or I could wave it however I waved it, do you really know what you want? Would you waste your wishes if I gave you 3 wishes and said, I will make those wishes come true? Would you know what you want more than anything else in the world? A long time ago, I bought this wand. I think I've had it at least 25 years. When I was a career counselor in another life, I would use this wand with my clients, and I'd say, if I could wave this wand and give you anything you want, what would it be? And they loved it. Now my boss was a skeptic. He thought I was a little silly, and he laughed at my magic wand. But one day he came dashing into my office and he was looking around. He says, where is it? I said, what? He says, your wand. So I handed it to him and he goes like this. I need some magic today. We all want a little magic in our lives, don't we? We're all looking for that genie to appear. To say, okay, you have 3 wishes, what will they be? So I'm going to grant you 3 wishes today. What would those wishes be? Some of us would squander our wishes because we can't think largely enough. Some of us would have wishes that we think, oh, this is too much. There's no way he can give it to me. And some of us would be right on. We know exactly what we want, and we know the genie would give it to us. We believe in the genie. Well, I'm here to tell you today, you have a magic wand. You have a magic genie. You have within you, the power to bring about your wishes. You don't have to go to find a magic genie. You don't have to have a magic wand, although if you want one, that's fine. I think they're fun. Especially mine. I love to sit and do this with it. Watch all the little sparklies go up and down. But you don't need it. You don't need it. It means, it comes from an Aramaic root word that means, I create as I speak. How about that? Abracadabra. Abracadabra. I'm creating what I want as I speak my word. Isn't that wonderful? When I saw that, I thought, oh my God, we've been doing this for years. We've been saying abracadabra, and we didn't realize what it meant. It means that what your life is at this very moment, any given moment in your life, is a result of abracadabra. You created it. Oh, if you're like me, you can look at some things in your life and think, oh, I don't really want to claim that I created that. I don't really like the idea. I would rather have that. I'd rather have Gale said that that person out there is the reason for this. I'd rather have Gale said my mother's the reason for this. You know, my sisters and I, we have a favorite saying, well, if it weren't for our mother, one day we have to grow up and realize that our mother could only do so much with our lives, because once we reached a certain age, she had no more control over us. That we became responsible, and that is the root of science of mind, is that we are responsible Abracadabra. We are responsible for our lives. For anything that's going on in our lives, we are the ones who are responsible. Ernest Holmes tells us we should sense that back of the word which we speak is the power of the universe. Back of the words that we speak is the power of the universe. But when I read that, on the one hand, I get really frightened. I think, oh my God, I have to really be careful of what I'm saying, because if the power of the universe is behind every word that I speak, what on earth can I cause? And on the other hand, I get excited because I think, yippee, if the power of the universe is behind my word, then I can have anything I want. I can do anything. I can be. I can have. It's wonderful to know that the power that I am looking for is right here in the words that I speak, because I know that I'm only speaking what I want to see revealed in my life. And it hasn't always been that way. There are times when my ego gets in the way and it just rants and raves and has a good old time, and boy, do I see it. I spend the rest of the day miserable because I let my ego run away with my mouth. But when I'm in charge, when I tell my ego to take a back seat and I'm running the show, then I begin to see what it is that I want. I begin to see the rewards, the fruits of my words. And they're exactly the kind of fruit that I like to eat. So I know the power of the universe is behind every word I speak. And so I want my words to be the kind of words that I want to see revealed in my life. We live in a field of potential. The mind of God is a field of potential, and we have the potential to create the world that we want to see. The motto of the Centers for Spiritual Living is imagine a world that works for everyone. And we can imagine that world because we are imagining and speaking into the field of potential. And so if we're imagining a world that works for everyone, what does that world look like? It looks like for me that everyone lives at peace, that we don't try to impose our will on someone else, on everyone else. It looks like a world where everyone has enough to eat. It looks like a world where everyone has a place to sleep. It looks like a world where peace reigns. That's the power that we have, folks. We have that power, but we don't realize it because we're still living in a little tiny imagination that thinks this is as good as it's going to get. And I don't believe this is as good as it gets. I believe it gets as good as we want it to be. And we have the power to imagine it to be exactly what we want to be. Abracadabra is a powerful word. And if you begin to use it consciously, this word, abracadabra, how to use your words consciously. And how do you use them? First thing you have to do is you have to train your mind. You train your mind. We let our minds go all over the place and we think, well, there's no way that I can control my thoughts. Yes, there is. There is a way that you can control your thoughts. You think, well, someone has slighted me. Someone has made me mad. Someone has done blah, 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 blah. And you know, you can sit there and you can just go on and on and on about what it is that's got you upset. And your life is going to be one day of upset after another. And the truth of the matter is you can train your mind. You can stop those thoughts. You can stop in the tracks. You can stop it. All you have to do is say stop. But that's too simple. So we need to train our minds to go in the direction where we want them to go. If someone has done something to you that you don't like, instead of sitting there and letting that thought ruin the day for you, start thinking about something that makes you feel good. Start thinking about things that you would like to see. Start thinking about how you would like that interaction with that person to be, rather than just going over and over and over what he or she said to make you so miserable. Just stop. But if stop is too simple for you, then I have some other ways.